Just hoping that that silence is a little eerie, so then when they finally wake up, it's a surprise for GamerLegion. If that doesn't happen, we might be feeling a little worried for LDLC.
Oh, actually, LDLC is looking to... He did push through the smoke already. Whoa. Okay, so they back off. They were inside the smoke on the B side. We need to keep an eye out on LDLC, folks. Let's shift the camera over there, and we will see them chucking out some smokes, chucking out some Molotovs, looking to head inside. And they may have taken that too long, however, because GamerLegion already here on this site. Body finds the first. Adam to respond with 2. Sixer, in the meanwhile, is looking for a few of his own kills, but he drops down and he breaks his feet. And he will also have a little bit of his stomach bleeding out as bullets are piercing it. But Rusty has come through with 2 more. Sixer's left in a 1 versus 4. No Molotov. And even if there was one, there's a smoke in the hands of Zero. That could make quick work of him. He wants to win this out, but even if he doesn't, at least he can try and save the AWP. Yeah, he's just saving.
Yeah, there is no way he gets this. 3 angles, 3 different players that can potentially shoot at him, and he's holding onto an op. Just doesn't seem likely. GamerLegion, though, solid start to their CT side, and the end too. I mean, even if they get only 9 rounds, that's still a great CT side.
He could even get more because LDLC's money's not that good.
LDLC haven't been that utility heavy though, which tells me that LDLC won't be too bothered by not having all the sets of utility across the board, because they haven't really gone for these late fake plays or anything. They did early on in the game, but not too much. Mezel though, meanwhile, having pushed up Ivy means that 2 players will be eliminated for LDLC, and this is the kind of push that I was expecting from the CT side, to really get aggressive, really get up close and personal, and hit them where it hurts.
A 4v3. Still climbing. In Zero's cleaned up completely, and with it, LDLC are left with 2. Unfortunately, this is where they could have maybe used some of those utilities that you mentioned they haven't really been too keen on. Unfortunately, it was just Messi's 2 kills early on, though, which made things so incredibly difficult in a 4 versus 3. And then the second you lose another player without any sort of reprise, any sort of response, it's practically impossible. 30 seconds on the clock, though, and this 2 versus 4 ensues. Afro looking to move past. Zero on the other side, hoping to guarantee that quick 10th round. Zero, can't flick in time, and Aju will take him down. Aji smokes himself off, moving forward in pursuit, trying to find the Oppa, but Era is quick with a shot. Isolates Afro in an impossible situation, as he does have Rusty behind him to take him down. 10 rounds on the board on the CT side. Very good CT side from GamerLegion.
Oh yeah, especially against a team like LDLC, they're a force to be reckoned with. But GamerLegion actually looked quite confident there, because oftentimes what you'll see underdogs do, or any team that isn't really expected to get the upset in, they'll start turtling up. They won't feel too comfortable, and they'll try to play it safe. And playing it safe is exactly what you shouldn't be doing if you're up against a team that might be better than you on paper. Getting those pushes in, getting the correct aggression in is exactly what can get you the upper hand up against a team that you might think is a little bit better. Pistol round will be very essential, though, because LDLC, you have to keep in mind that as the CT side, their economy is going to be pivotal. If they lose this round, that could very well be the 13th round on the board for GamerLegion, and potentially the first map off of that. Let's not think too far ahead, though, because the push is about to come in from the GamerLegion side. Adam trying to bait out the player towards short ladder. Lambert playing from highway, and 3 players will be waiting to mow them down. Go for the peak. Rusty taking a bit of damage. Lambert chimes in from the highway. The T's haven't quite committed just yet. I think they realize that there's 3 players there, because all of the players have fired shots. And now it becomes a little more interesting. LDLC, 3 players on the B side and 2 players ready for the rotate.
That is a ridiculous setup. Very, very, very effective. in the exact positioning from GamerLegion right now, but it's very much of a gamble towards the B bomb side. Even the short ladder players are practically towards B because they're the ones who you want to see flanking. So the problem is they don't realize it, but GamerLegion have not changed their minds whatsoever. They're still coming to B, and there go the smokes. Will they be expecting someone coming in from the back lines in the form of the two short ladder players, though? As Lambert, the P2K, waits for the push to come down the stairs. Lambert tagging away, but Zero still comes out on top with that duel. Already a player down. Afro's next, and a 5v3. No kids. Retake will be on. Not looking too hot for them.
Yeah, GamerLegion, despite the great setup from LDLC, they started doubting their gamble for a second, but ooh, two really good shots coming out from LDLC, but they don't have a kid, so the time is working against them. Hadi and Haji now slowly making their way towards the bomb site. They've picked up 3 kills. And now the Molotov is going to be there for the denial. That is pretty much it for the LDLC side as far as this round goes. Even though they've gotten both of the kills, it's going to be for naught because they do not have... Wait, where did that kid come from?
They picked it up from the ground.
Oh, that is such a close round. That fooled me for a second. I did not think that they had a kit for that, but somehow LDLC come out on top.
5 versus 3, they're able to bring it all back somehow, and I think that was actually a bit of a misplay from Rusty. Rusty should not have been peeking out there once he's thrown the Molotov out, and he scouted out that the bomb isn't there. Maybe the first time he peeked, it was just a shoulder peek, not a proper jiggle where he's getting some information as well. But really odd. However, he'll definitely be regretting it later on because GamerLegion may have just given LDLC the push they needed to get themselves back into this. Now, they are going to buy up some Deagles and P250s, no Kevlar to go with it, so damage can be dealt, but more than anything else, LDLC's number one goal is, hey, keep those M4s alive, keep that AUG alive, and keep the pharmacy out there.
They don't care about the MP9. They're sending it straight down. And
those are the cash cows. You know, those are meant to be sacrificed.
Oh, look at Lambert, though, just acting like he's part of the terrorist side, but he won't wait another second before he mows them down. Stabbed in the back.
You know what's funny, for a second, I actually thought he was a part of the T-side. I was like, yeah, it's the T-side players moving across. Era does get taken down at the end of the day, but because we also just switched over from the T side. Yeah, we also just switched over from the T side, so he was already on the T side. In my head, I was like, yeah, Lambert on T side. Yeah, that seems about right.
It seems about right. Yep, checks out.
The funny thing, I was genuinely about to say Lambert and Co going down teammate.
It happens sometimes. I mean, as a caster, when you're looking at the information of 10 players, sometimes your brain gets jumbled a little bit. Rusty, though, looking to jumble the brains of anyone that passes by his crosshairs, has had the audio information of the player towards Red Train, so he turns around, catches Haji, but does not connect the following shots. Body to take down Rusty, bringing it to the equalizer immediately after losing the first player, but Era gets that pick.
LDLC still very much in position to be able to defend should they come over towards this B bomb site. Era's weakness will be a major factor because there are still 2 Molotovs and a grenade still available. Afro is the one with both a Molotov and a nade, and that volley is perfect. It'll be doing so much damage. Zero is already dead. Era is very low. A nade could still be picked up while they're... Oh no, Lambert. He's been taken down. But will they expect the second player in the back line? Sixer is going to be checking the angle. He tries to get the shot baited out, but Era seems like he just had the number of Sixer. No fairness, it's literally in his name. But GamerLegion find themselves the 11th round, despite it looking like it could have gone very wrong. Unfortunately, it seemed like Lambert was just not ready for the push to come through. Oh, sorry, Afro was not ready for the push to come through after he threw out the Molotov.
And Unfortunately, though, GamerLegion is still granted a round. Now, when you're on the CT side, you cannot afford to lose rounds immediately like that. You need to be doing a fair bit of damage, and you can let those round losses not come through until you've at least built up a bit of an economy. Fortunately, though, that slips through their fingers, and immediately another round for GamerLegions will mean that they can buy up as much as they'd like to, while LDLC will be doing a bit of window shopping outside the AK-47 store, or rather the M4 and Up store.
I mean, whatever store they go to, they don't have the credentials to walk in there and actually pick anything up, unfortunately. Just staring wistfully into the buy menu. LDLC, you would not believe what a man tempted by greed will do to fellow men, and that greed might lead into some deagle kills to try and recover those AKs that they were window shopping at earlier on. Body, hoping to find a quick headshot. His angle is impeccable, but they're not going to be peeking him out wide. Instead, only one kill where it could have even been 3. However, as much hope as he himself may have had, that's as little as the rest of his team do. Lambert has missed all his shots except for 2. Fortunately, they're not the 2 that matter. Adam will be a... Ooh. Actually, everyone's missing shots. Okay. Just a Mac 10, but even so.
If I was a server operator, I would just temporarily turn down the accuracy at times of the server just to see how the players feel that they're missing all their shots. But that's why I'm not a server operator. I'm just a caster.
12-7. GamerLegion, despite being pressured slightly by LDLC once the halves have changed and whatnot, they are still going to be in a tricky situation. Afro has actually moved past the AWP of Era. This is very big, but they're expecting this. There are literally 3 players behind, but Afro still gets a kill and backs off to safety. How has he done that?
That was off of half a pixel, too. I could barely see him there. He just shoots an ear out and is like, hello. That's where I put my AK-47 behind the ear, and the bullets will enter your face. Afro again getting aggressive towards Highway, picks up a second, repositions, and this repositioning is impeccable. He's been able to get 2 kills towards Inner from 2 different positions, and now he's looking to get a third. Lambert, though, might be the first player that Era has to contend with this AWP in his hands. Flashbang. Ooh, it's actually a Molotov that comes out. That will be stopping the progress of GamerLegion before they can truly get into the bomb site. Lucky break for them, though, might be the fact that they only have 2 CTs to deal with as they come through. But the flank is coming, and Lambert is in such a spot, but he gets caught out by the AWP. Rotations now coming in, and the bomb will be planted.
Oh. Bomb is flying through.
Bomb has been planted.
Meanwhile, though, Afro's the one who's in and taking down 0. Era and Mezzi still trying to fight back, but they have been fought down. Era, 1 versus 4. Coming in from the side, is overwhelmed and overrun by Haji, and that'll be it. LDLC are able to bring it back, and again, it goes back to the early kill that Afro managed to find and get away somehow. Actually, I hope we can get a replay of that, because that was insane. He just suddenly, he was barely visible, you're right, he gets the kill, and he backs off, not just when there's 2 players on the other side. There's also an AWP posted up in Whitehall. That was just really, really, really good from him.
That's the definition of a Zywoo peak if I've ever seen one.
Hey, yo, what's up now? 4 players? I don't care. Wallbang you and run away. Very reminiscent of classics 2v2K. Pause coming out from GamerLegion. Probably needed to recollect themselves after that mildly traumatizing ordeal.
Oh, yeah. There is...
It's wherever you look.
Oh.
CT's coming through smokes. CT's coming through smokes.
So well played by Afro individually. But LDLC, they still have a lot of work on their hands because they only have 8 points on the board. They're still 4 rounds away from the equalizer and then 4 additional rounds from the win. So they have half of the game to go as far as their own scoreline is concerned. Haji or Haji rather, has already taken almost 70 points of damage. The AWP being passed over to him as he is the weaker player. Era though, oh, he's about to run into 2 players. Are they going to bait out the shot though? Shot being baited out, Sixer doesn't fight, and it's actually hook, line, and sinker for Era.
Body comes in with another one, and 0 to go down. Mezzi, he doesn't have much HP either. That was such a nice setup as well, actually. It completely counteracts the idea of very fast bait out the shot setup because you've already got another player there. Mezzi, left alone, 14 HP, nothing he can do here. He will almost definitely go down. Mezzi does actually find the kill to body at the very least, so there is that going for him.
Did you see how quick that was?
Yeah. I actually thought Mezzi died when I heard that.
Yeah.
But anyhow, really nice setup coming out. Body is just posted up to make sure that should there be a double peek coming through, he's always in position to just shut it down immediately, and the op can get the other kill. So really, really good setup coming out all in all, because at the same time, if there's more than 2 people who are crossing from the terrorist side, the op still has enough time to be able to re-peek out and get the trade even if body dies. So that setup's actually very, very good. It's a very small thing to take, and you can actually use it very easily in your matchmaking games and whatnot as well, but there you go.
Wait, did you say matchmaking games? I was zoned out there. Wait, am I about to rank up? What's going on here?
You're not about to rank up. I'm so sorry. That's just not happening anymore. Look, man, you got boosted to level 10 on Face It, okay?
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping for level 11 at this point, as soon as they add that.
Well, they're hopefully going to be able to come through with a resume soon enough. Just some technical issues coming up. I think there might be a TeamSpeak problem that has come through, and that is generally the typical issue that pops up. Yeah, I just checked. I think it's TeamSpeak. Yeah, anyhow. Still, LDLC with double ops versus a very weakened buy from GamerLegion. Can they bring it back together with a few more nice little setups like that? That smoke will forever keep the terrorists at bay because of what Adam did with it earlier on. There you have it.
Oh, wow. Body. Peeks out at the right time. We'll be catching Era, and that's the AWP to fall. Wait, that was an AWP in the hands of Era, correct?
No. He had a Galil.
Oh, I thought I might have heard an AWP there for a second.
That was CT side.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the shot being missed. Wonderful.
I mean, either way, it would have been a shot being missed in all fairness. But, yeah. Still, 4 versus 5 early on with firepower disadvantage is now turned into a very significant manpower disadvantage as well. Lambert to eliminate another player, LDLC, with 40 seconds on the clock. They are in a very big advantage. I think they're using it on top of the Evox like that, but Body can do anything he wants, except for survive a round where the rest of his teammates are alive. He is always the casualty, unfortunately, for his team. Funnily enough, he's actually got the highest frags, but he also has the highest death rate. And that just goes to show you the kind of plays he's been making. He's been incredibly prolific in his aggression, and he's very much been the player who is being baited out for the rest of his teammates to excel. That's why he's 18 and 19 right now, and the rest of his teammates aren't even on 18 kills. So just a funny little fact right there.
Yeah, especially because he's been positioning himself nicely to allow his operas more room to breathe. Juicy nades coming out though, but not juicy enough because they take a collective damage of about 100. Haji, Sixer, and Body though, they should be making quick work of this area, but as I say that, Era, nice little shot with a deagle. Bit meaningless, but it is what it is.
It looked cool.
Yeah. At one point, when the comeback starts happening, when it's staring you in the face, you just start playing for those style points.
It's not even style points. See, style points makes it sound a bit derogatory. When the comeback is happening and it's staring in your face, you start playing for kills you would not normally go for. Why? Because you know you're desperate. because you know that at this point something is going wrong. You need to go for a timeout. You need to figure things out, write down what the hell is happening, and then move forward and say, okay, that's done. Let's see what else we can do now. Because if you can get a few of those stylish deagle kills, even if you're not winning the round, even if you ignore the fact that economy is reduced, because obviously that's a big factor, the kind of confidence that your team will gain because, oh, hey, what, they're coming back? Yeah, whatever. I'm styling on these kids. Who cares? Look at me flicking deagle. Ha, boom. That's what it seems like players want to go for at times. Because you know you're in a 1v5. You know your team's lost the round. Just try something.
LDLC, though, still 1 round away from the equalizer, so it's not over for GamerLegion just yet, and even then, it wouldn't be impossible. 2 AWPs in the hands of Sixer and Lambert still. Body, this aggression won't work out for him this time around. Afro with the Molotov will be there to deny them the early entry to the B-bomb site. Ooh, this could have actually worked out for him because Rusty was peeking there for a second. Nades roll out. Takes a little bit of damage, but it's not enough. Man disadvantage still in the hand of LDLC, and are they going to go for an aggressive play to make up for that earlier aggression?
LDLC? When they're man down, it seems like the only options are to try and take control of T-Con and then be positioned in case they're coming out from Ivy. That's exactly what they're trying to do, but the AWPs, they need to come through big time. For now, Bomb still posturing for that A site, and LDLC is not going to be any stranger to it. Smoke's coming through. They should realize there's a play over towards Ivy. Afro, in the meanwhile, just wants to make sure that the lurker from Brown North is taken down, but Afro can't get the flick. And Rusty will win out that duel. Lambert up at the ready, missing his shot. Haji and Six have got to save the day. Six is too far away. Haji, good for one, but he knows there's someone else right above him. Adam is waiting for Haji to make a move, make a mistake, and leave Sixer alone.
GamerLegion, that timeout seems to have worked for them because suddenly they're starting to find the upper hand towards LDLC, but I think the best case scenario for them here would be to save, maybe get an exit or two. CT side, meanwhile, not feeling the pressure of the economy just yet. They have around $10,000 on a couple of players, especially after the loss bonus. That should be made clear. GamerLegion, though, getting around after what seems like ages. Oh, Sixer, though, he is not letting them get this AWP. He is holding it near and dear.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah, and I actually think that this is huge because you have to keep in mind, generally speaking, the T side should go for the hunt because you can damage the CT side a lot. That being said, GamerLegion were on the kind of economy in that instance where they would have to be as wary as generally the CT side has to be. So going for that hunt, not the wisest of decisions, especially when you know that Sixer is holding on to an op and he will try to play those long-range angles so you can't suffocate him out. Era, after those losses, means that he has to force up to a scout rifle, and this lack of firepower might just mean that this could be a round loss. Lambert winning the initial duel, and he will be backing off after taking down Adam.
Wait, did Lambert just jump down without breaking his feet? Can you do that? I thought you had to slide off the thingamajiggy, the little spool.
Yeah, you do. I think he might have touched the terrain there for a second, but not 100% sure. I wasn't paying too much attention on his movement there. Lambert, nicely positioned to get this shot onto Rusty, though. But there will be a flashbang before they move in. They have full set of futility on 2 players. Smoke rolls out. Rusty with the Molotov as well to try to control bomb train. Oh, I don't think he realizes that there's a player in the smoke, though, because he's just let him cross. Afro will be the big question mark here. He gets the first player. That's the bomb drop as well. 45 seconds on the clock.
Oh.
The tease, though. Rusty goes absolutely wild, and Mezzi will be shutting down the threat in the form of Afro. 2 versus 2. Sixer in body, the AWP and the M4 with the bomb drop. Now they have a huge task on their hands to get this retake.
He's waiting for the peak. Body has showed himself off, but Body, he is tagged down to 30 points of HP. Not Rusty and Mezzy to 4-6 took him down with just the pistol. Rusty has saved the day for his team, but the day is not done yet. Can he follow through and finish off? Flashbangs are nice, but that's all he has to work with. Would really have liked a Molotov, and Sixer will take him down at the end of the day. Rusty, with those 2 kills coming in while he was aggressing forward from Oil Train, was really, really well played. He was, of course, a player who'd crossed over from Adam. Adam finding the bomb also delayed it long enough that LDLC could get into position for a very long time. So all in all, just some nice stuff coming out from LDLC to be able to bring that back. And look at this. Lambert, Afro finds the kill. That wasn't Adam, my bad. But Rusty, these 2 kills, they are huge.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that. But despite that, they weren't able to piece together that round. Little unfortunate for GamerLegion, but the game is now paused. Technical timeout being taken. Meanwhile, though, you can go ahead and check out Unicorn, which has the most CSGO betting options in the world. You can join Unicorn today, and you could get 80 euros of bets from a 20 euro deposit. Bet on yourself on CSGO pubs, bet on pro teams, or get fresh esports matches 24/7. Even when events are offline. Unicorn won Esports Bookmaker of the Year in 2019, and you can find out why today with your 300% first deposit bonus using the code RELOG, RELOG.
Hopefully the technical timeout should be finished off soon enough. And indeed it is. GamerLegion. That round where they lost all their money, you remember that round? Yeah, that round's coming back to bite them. Which
yeah, otherwise they would have the money for 3 AK-47s.
Yes. No, they would have had the money for a full buy. I mean, they still have quite a bit of money saved up, so...
Oh, right, because they haven't bought up entirely. My bad.
Halfway, yeah.
Didn't notice. Thought they had bought up a little bit more than I expected.
Haji. Now the chance there is shut down Rusty, but Rusty is able to dance underpants. That's what they say over in France. Definitely. Rusty's actually tagged up pretty heavily. Oh, he's still following through. You can run, but you can't hide, Rusty. And Haji, well, he's found out that he should have hit. Afro, terrorist simulator coming in. Unfortunately, he can't really spray down more than one, and Zero was expecting him to come in from behind.
I was that took me back to your advice about crouching and weirdly adjusting your aim while bobbing your head forward while I don't know, singing the lyrics of a song backwards.
That too. Smoke's coming out. Body will already be on this side, ready to try and play around with the smoke, but with 40 seconds, GamerLegion, if they want to hightail it, the B bomb set is always an option. But not anymore. Not now. Flashbangs fly through, Body knows where they are, and now GamerLegion know the chase is on. Sixer is not going to be given an vantage point to scout them out and take them down. Body, now with Sixer's help, should be able to clean this up fairly easily. Era left in 1 versus 2. Lambert and Sixer doing what they can. Arrow is just a P250. They've done a lot of damage this round at the very least, but Arrow's just looking to try and take it away. They're looking to try and prevent him from saving any sort of grace for himself, as they wanted him to not get the loss bonus. And also for them to save their ops, which is also pretty important.
This is looking very dangerous for GamerLegion now, because you have to keep in mind that this is their pick. LDLC, good time to be taking a timeout regardless, because they cannot let this equalizer get out of their hands. They have to close it out now if they want to wait out on GamerLegion's pick. And if you're looking at GamerLegion, they must be feeling a lot of pressure, because if you lose out on your map pick, especially against a team like LDLC, especially when you had such a good first half, and you followed it through with some nice rounds here and there, you cannot allow them to come back from this. That will completely shatter your morale. You cannot deal with that.
Well, 3 ops will be now out on the field. GamerLegion as one of their own, and LDLC, they've been sporting there too for a while, very effectively.
Ooh, big pressure in the mind if Era materializes as a kill onto Haji.
Very important because it also is the kill that'll be denying a lot of information to the CT side. Lambert is caught out and brought down. Adam will be able to take the credit for that one. Sixer now hoping to be able to find something, but the smoke being in place will continue to mitigate his advances, and the CT side might as well choose to save. At this point, their money is, well, it's all right, but when you've been going for double ops consistently, it's only really an extent to which you can have your money be good, but like they're not done with this round yet, and why would they be when Afro can bring it back to a 3v3? Unfortunately, body's death ensues, and they're still in a disadvantage.
LDLC, very difficult retake. Bombs halfway take down. Sixer makes things easier. He will put 0 in his grave. He's holding on to the short ladder. Afro picking up one. That is an essential shot from Sixer. And that's going to be it. Again, such a close diffuse coming. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Oh, the way the animation is there, that scared me for a second.
Yeah, the very last stick can get stuck at times, and then you're just wondering what's going on. But we're all wondering what's going on, as there are a few technical timeouts. But this is really this is something good that's good for you guys. If you're wondering why that is, well, you can actually go over towards the pinned tweet of @the_esports_bible to participate. That I believe you have to retweet it and then participate in Esports Millions, and you can actually win a main gear Vive Stage 3 gaming PC worth a lot of money. Also, very cool looking PC.
Very cool looking PC.
Yeah.
We've checked it out, and Tea Time approves. And he's one of those people that never approves of these fancy RGB gaming PCs.
Because like you guys all just put in like 14 random colors, and I'm just thinking, God, really?
We're carrying over our interest from preschool, but clearly Main Gear isn't. They know how to be aesthetic, they know how to be stylish, and that shows in their Main Gear Vive Stage 3 gaming PC. Remember, the top 50 answers will also share a $5,000 US prize pool of unicorn bets. Do you know what that leads up to?
What?
€1 million giveaway during Cups 3 and 4. Anyone who answers all 10 questions right will win the life-changing prize. No hoax, no scam. This is real. Get involved at ukrn.io/esportsmillions. And we will be heading right back into the game now that the technical timeout is over. LDLC, finally the round advantage for them. I believe this is the first time they've been able to scrape that together, as GamerLegion had such a dominant early game.
By the way, I actually didn't believe it when I heard the €1 million giveaway thing until it was finally verified to us. Because another talent member told me, "Oh yeah, they're giving her €1 million." I thought he was joking. It's so cool. Rusty is given some assistance from Adam to take down Afro. Together they stand, and LDLC will be divided up. Let's not forget GamerLegion have given up quite a few heavily advantageous situations, the previous round being no different. Nice flies in. Haji is tagged up. Oh, wow. Haji just catches Rusty.
Too deep.
Yeah. The Molotov lineup is the same, but the Molotov just spreads backwards as well, so you're still fine, but it is what it is, I suppose. But 40 seconds on the clock in GamerLegion. They're suddenly feeling a little bit of pressure as the clock's ticking down. The B bomb site was fairly heavily populated, but now the CTs are making their way back. Haji takes down Adam, and it leaves this into a 4 versus 3. Bodies ready and waiting for them to be coming out behind him. Era shuts him down. Haji waiting for the peaks, but it will just be Era to come out on top again and again and again. Sixer left in a 1-on-3. Can he get the job done? Seems like he can't initially.
Oh, that first shot being missed might have been the difference maker there, because if he had gotten that, the retake would be that much easier. And there's a reposition coming through. GamerLegion fully expecting him to save, and for all the right reasons. LDLC, despite having some money, having that AWP in the hands of Sixer will allow him to drop another weapon towards his teammates and afford a set of utility. That being said, he already has Kevlar, he already has that diffuse kit, so that's a fair bit of money being saved.
Mm-hmm.
This is such an exciting game, to be honest. For GamerLegion to almost pull off the upset there, LDLC coming right back into it.
I mean, let's remember, this one is GamerLegion's map pick, despite what the top right graphic is saying. I think that's just got it slightly incorrect. If you're just tuning in, GamerLegion picked Train, LDLC picked Inferno. So GamerLegion coming out ahead on this was very important, and they're not done yet. Now, this is going to be the last hurrah for either one of these teams.
This is such a tense round because both of these teams have so little money to work off of.
Forward, he's got himself one, but he's not good enough for the trade for the second. Body, however, is, and he immediately converts into a 4 versus 2. LDLC have been so close to making it a comeback for so long, but GamerLegion, they'd been putting up a fight, at least this round. Seems like the aggression just pays off nicely. And Mezzi, well, he peeks out, but Sixer will not be headshot immediately. And you know what that means. That means it's left to Era to clutch it out in a situation that's just not possible. 14th round is not enough for GamerLegion, and LDLC make it to 15. And you can see right there, man, Lambert. This was the first kill that comes through. And the spacing was a little bit off from Zero, because if he'd been in the right place, so what you want is that you're able to see the T-side player who's aggressing onto your teammate before he kills. Unfortunately, wasn't quite there, and it was what it was. And you can see now they're fighting for overtime. GamerLegion.
Oh yeah, Era doesn't
the board. Sixer is going to see the shoulder, but is not going to get the kill. Peeks out, and he is good for that at least. LDLC still hovering around on the B-bomb site, not quick to rotate away. They had information, and that nade is beautiful. Era and Zero both tagged down heavily. Flashbang goes forward. They're fully blinded. Zero gets the kill nonetheless. It's a 4 versus 4 with them having access to the bomb site. Scout shots are being popped through. Era flashing forward as well. Anything to keep them at bay. But Mezzi's the one to keep an eye out for because they don't have a smoke on the CT side. That Molotov is going to be huge. Haji still inching around. Body is hoping to get a couple of kills quickly. In that case, the Molotov won't be all that matters, but they've wasted so much time, and now it's all about Zero. If he can just come through with a quick kill, this would be big, but Zero's down. He's revealed his position. Mezzi will fall as well. Haji took that kill away, and if only Mezzi had been in position to be able to chuck the Molotov out, I think they would have had enough time to be able to win it away.
What a map. LDLC at the end of the day somehow bring it back on GamerLegion's map pick, and well, it's a horror story for GamerLegion, who somehow looked like they were going to upset, but LDLC at the end of the day they take it back.
And with that, the question is the second one going to be equally back and forth? It's Inferno, it's a map we all know and love, and it's a map you're going to have to wait a few minutes for. We'll be back in just a bit. Inferno is in the cards.
Initialize booting. These are your targets. You must find, capture and contain them until extraction vehicle arrives. Witnesses are irrelevant. Leave them unharmed if you can. End of a transmission.
And we're back. People are slashing. It's probably better than people firing at each other in all fairness. But LDLC will be able to win out the knife round on their own map pick. Start off on whatever side they want. I've got the only man on my side who I could possibly ask for, who would have said yes. Well, Lady, to cover the series.
Sure.
It's nice that you think other people would have said yes to me.
I'm sorry, I'm no longer communicating with you. This is officially a solo cast from here on out. LDLC winning the first map, though. GamerLegion actually looked like they were going to make it very convincing when they started off.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, things started to fall apart, and fall apart they did. LDLC won that 16-14, and even after it looked like it would go to overtime, the retake came through off that the bit of the wrong positioning that you mentioned earlier. But all said and done, and now we move on to map number 2, which is LDLC's pick.
And which is also worrying, because when you look out of the win rate that GamerLegion has, it's about a 30% win rate. So, not the greatest of signs to come through. Body, what a kill from him to start things off. He just got aggressive in the second mid and got Rusty down and out. Very nicely done, but he will now be retreating, as with that they are content to play slightly more passively.
GamerLegion, the problem is they've lost one of their armored players. That leaves 2 players that don't have any Kevlar because they opted for utility instead. Haji just waiting for them to come around the smoke. He gets the first kill, and with Era being stuck in the smoke, he tries to go for a bit of a knife action. What am I watching? That made me so uncomfortable that I had to pause there for a second. But 4 versus 3. The bomb hasn't gone down yet, but the retake positioning is coming through from the CT side.
I'm curious to see whether Lambert finds his kill initially. He was expecting it, but Messi just intercepts Afro's head accidentally. Adam will be the one to go down. Funnily enough, Messi was aiming for Lambert and Afro died. That is unfortunate for Afro, to say the least, but good for Lambert because he's the one with the kit and he can now move in and watch someone else defuse it and wonder why the hell did I buy this in the first place.
Want to know, though, LDLC off the back of Body's first kill, quite convincingly get the first round, and now we're going to be buying up. Afro and Lambert pulling out the cash cows. Body will follow suit. $600 generators come through. Sixer buying that M4. Haji on a Famas. Pushing through Banana, though, with that Molotov, they are able to establish early control, which will allow them to have a little bit more insight towards what is about to happen, as looks to be decidedly an A play coming through.
Well, there goes Adams coming from the side, but Sixer's the one they don't expect. He's already got the first kill. Haji as well, adding more to the tally. And it is just going to be a cleanup from LDLC. It gets a bit dicey for a few seconds, a few too many players losing HP and life, but they do keep it all together, and that's going to be 2 on the board for LDLC.
The worrying thing is, though, GamerLegion, from this point on, they're always going to be fighting that uphill battle. They don't have any breathing room, so even this early on in the map, the pressure is already on. Good play from them, though, to have that flashbang primed up.
Yeah. Oh, Messi. He's hoping to be able to get that quick shot into Afro, but he's not really relenting on this aggression. Now that they have the man advantage, he feels relatively safe to at least try and extend it a little bit more. Afro, in the meanwhile, picks up the M4A4 and whiffs his entire MP9 magazine, just in case that's for good measure. Meanwhile, Sixer takes down Adam. And GamerLegion yet to really find too much, but Mezzi will be able to get the quick kill that they require to keep the B site player there. Now they on a 2 versus 4 come to this A site. Will they rotate back to B is the question, and it seems like they're already starting to, but LDLC is also wise to this. They're going to be rotating back soon enough. The smoke comes out from Lambert. There's 30 seconds on the clock. They're just going to be looking to maybe even rush through it, and immediately Lambert has a shooting gallery where he has completely painted the floors red. 3 for nothing, and what a spray down.
Yeah, that was just classic recoil master in action. 3-0 though. LDLC will finally be going up against a gun round.
Well, at this point, I mean, again, the problem is I've seen so much come out from the AWPs of Sixer and Lambert that I just wanted to see them being able to pull that out of here. Era's the one with one, surprisingly enough. I would have expected to see LDLC prioritize that much more heavily, but Body's come through with a quick kill early on regardless, and a second follow-up. Unfortunately for them, Messi has got the spray of legends as he's able to come through with 3. RG will equalize at the very least. Bomb has not made its way over yet. It was somewhat far removed from the team. 2 versus 2 will ensue. Sixer keeps things going. And it is Mezzi to move in. Mezzi, he's actually completely sidestepped everyone. Haji finds one, but it's not good enough because Mezzi's already come in and brought him down. Sixer does have a kit at the very least. Mezzi, he's not even counting to 4. He just knows Sixer's going to be able to peek out, but Mezzi with the ace. What a round from him, single-handedly propelling his team across the finish line.
Yeah, that was so well played by Mezzi to be able to claw his way in off of just insane individual plays. That first spray down, the follow-up, and whole world works for his team. Look at that kill distribution, though. A little strange to see. 10 kills for Mezzi, Era with 1, and the rest are sitting on 0.
Bright nades coming out. Mezzi, this time he's not going to have the same freedom he did before. Now there is some return fire, but it's not doing much to the side. A Molotov will force him out into the hands of Body, who takes him down. And already the disadvantages are ramping up higher and higher. Can they get this done? No. Body already good for another. Afro can look to peek out. Both of these players, and Mezzi and Adam, are in one-shot territory. And with the AWP of Sixer behind him, Afro feels very, very secure. Because even if Sixer can't give him much help, Sixer can at least help flash him over. But Adam saw that AK being picked up. Will be able to get one. Sixer misses the shot. Re-peeks out. Somehow gets the kill. And Adam will not be too happy about that. Creeping around the corner. What is this? Mezzi's just finding everything across the maps, it seems like. Even Zero comes through, shuts down Lambert, and Haji's left alone in a 1 versus 2. The question is, where is GamerLegion going to go, and will they offer Haji a chance to shut him down?
With the bomb making its way towards B, it doesn't seem entirely out of the question that Haji gets this, but he has his sights on A at the worst possible timing ever. He hears them towards B now, so he will start to go towards that. He has a nade that can change things up quite a bit, as that could potentially take out Mezzi. Isn't pulling it out just yet, though. Taking his time to find something, moving up construction. Ooh, there it is. is the nade. Question is, will it hit the correct player? It is 0 instead to take the hit, sacrificing 50 HP from Mezzy to live.
Archie's going to be forced to back off. There are no kits. He's just trying to find a few kills in the way out. And Zero will be dying. Archie says, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. And unfortunately, he can't get the $300 that he really wanted, but it'll be what it is. 3 for 2, and you can check out that replay from Mezzy earlier on where he was able to get the full ace out. First 2 kills were nice, third was even better, and then somehow he even clutched it out further. Mezzy, what an absolute stud he has been for GamerLegion thus far. Now,
the problem here, though,
comes in from GamerLegion, and I'm going to take that point to very quickly cut you off and talk a little bit about something magical, something mystical, something about unicorns. And well, if you're wondering what exactly I'm going to be talking about unicorns, we're talking about our betting partner Unicorn, where you can go and use our code RELOG, that's RELOG, to get 80 euros on your up to 80 euros of bets from a 20 euro deposit. Bet on yourself on CS:GO pubs, bet on pro teams, or get fresh esports matches 24/7, even when events are offline. Unicorn has the most CS:GO betting options in the world, and they won Esports Bookmaker of the Year in 2019. Find out why today with 300% on your first deposit bonus using code RELOG, that's RELOG. Adam peeks now. Lambert's tagged up, but can't shut him down. This is still going to be GamerLegion in a very important round. We've seen what these pistols can do to them at times. Fortunately for them, not too many deagles or what done. Somehow, by the way, Mezzy's still coming alive. Through walls, through smokes, HP or not, doesn't matter. Mezzy's just come through and said, I'm going to have a good day today. Inferno is my map, and he is right about that. Flashbang comes in. Lambert and Sixer both brought down one by one. Zero charming forward. Haji's right behind him. He will be able to pick up the gun, and with it coming to the side, flashbangs forward, jumps through to Winning Pit. Can he get these kills? Playing from bicycle. It's a good little headshot angle, so maybe it can be, but unfortunately for him, GamerLegion have decided to turn around and run away. May not be the most honorable decision to make, but it is the correct one. Now, we are seeing GamerLegion start to run away with things on their T side. Remember, if LDLC hadn't won out that pistol round, this would be a very, very different story. At the same time, if Mezzy hadn't gotten a random ace, that would have also been a very different story. So in all fairness, stories can change, and that's what we've gotten from that segment. LDLC are hoping to keep this in their favor. They want to stay the protagonist. They want to be able to close it out in a 2-0 fashion. Let's take it away. And remember, if you're just tuning in for the first time, this is the Swiss stage, week number 2 of Relog's second cup for 9to5. The top 8 teams from the 16 that are participating in the Swiss stage will be moving forward in towards a playoffs bracket where they will face off against each other to decide who gets to play against 4 further invited teams who are invited directly into the playoffs. GamerLegion versus LDLC. Both of these teams are sitting on a 2-1 score for their Swiss stage, but they could very quickly find themselves eliminated should they not be careful. No one wants to be down towards that 2-2 mark. Adam fully blinded up, trying to spray away. Rusty's good for 1 and 2, as Afro can only manage half of that. Body as well, forced off, moved back. There is a Molotov in his hand, but it will not be amounting to much. Now, rotations will be coming out from LDLC. They realize how important it is to at least try and contest for this round with a bit more utility being chalked down, with a bit more information being played for. And GamerLegion, they still will be able to pull out the old shebang on top of the LDLC side. Now, Sixer's positioning is vital. If they're not checking for this, this is going to be really difficult. But unfortunately for them, unfortunately for LDLC, rather, he is going to be taken down. LDLC have got to go for a save. A 2v4 retake is simply not in the cards. They don't have the utility. and they don't really have the firepower to go for it. GamerLegion all going according to plan for them.
Oh yeah. For GamerLegion, I'm a little bit surprised by their T side, because they're actually putting quite a bit of pressure on LDLC. With that note, my apologies. I was having a few internet issues here and there, so quickly sorted them out. But that's why I've got the man on the job with me, Tea Time himself, caster extraordinaire, as I'd like to put it.
Hey, shout caster extraordinary. Let's don't get it wrong right here. When it's all done, it's going to be LDLC on the back lines, GamerLegion. They're going to be thanking their lucky stars for their start to this map, but LDLC are trying to find their lucky stars. They're wondering, where the hell did we put those? Ever since they got aced by Mezzi, it has not been the same. Mezzi on 13 kills in 7 rounds. It's not just the ace that he put up. He has been firing on all cylinders constantly.
But you have to keep in mind that LDLC often find their luck late in the game, as they did in the previous game. Mezzi, though, brings that counter to 14 as he takes down Body. Rusty, meanwhile, has taken down Haji. 5-on-2 as Arrow will eliminate Sixer. LDLC, they can't seem to find anything across the board.
And that won't be changing anytime soon. Lambert on 5 HP will fall to Era. Himself might be low, but not bad. Zapro, actually finds 2 very important kills. Is he going to go for the ace clutch? Is the question. They don't have much money on the CT side, practically none at all. And it looks like all he can try and go for are exit frags, which are going to be largely inconsequential as well in the grand scheme of things. Zapro scouts out another player, but it's 0 to take him down. He loses the AK in the process. Would have liked to see him at least try and save that. Maybe you could have seen someone like Body come through, get a really good round with it. Maybe you can try and force around it, because of course a few other of your players have about that $4K mark. So yeah,
it's very impressive though that GamerLegion were immediately able to piece together 5 rounds in a row after LDLC won their initial 3 rounds. That was just off of the pistol round, and after that, GamerLegion has been pretty much dominant. LDLC not finding any breathing room here. 3 players on the A side, though, being set up by the CTs. 2 players on B, and I'm not sure if I agree with the setup all too much, but they do have MP9s, they do have a CZ75, so they'll just be trying to play those close-range angles.
Well,
doesn't work out too well for them. Sixer and Lambert both fall. So much attention to detail.
Things working out really well for them all in all. I sometimes forget that you have an actual live duck in the background.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
The thing is, I can often not hear it because I have my headphones on, and I'm not sure if it crept into the microphone, but listen, that's why it's called the hype duck. It's not, but still. I still remember when I was casting a game with Oversard. Wait, hold that thought.
Oh,
Ooh, they're about to move right in.
They've just sidestepped Haji. That could have been so big. The CZ, if they found a kill and then could have darted around the smoke, would have been a huge opportunity. But Haji, now he's revealed his position. Afro's also moving forward, is taken down. 0 to take him apart. And if he heard that deagle shot like we did, he should have realized that Haji, he had a CZ. So he's still sticking around in the vicinity. Body, very far away with an MP9. Honestly, Body, just save. Just save.
Yeah, MP9 and armor, that can go a long way. Which brings me back to what I was about to say. Yeah, so I was casting a game with Oversword the other day, and it was a very crucial moment. There was so much hype around that moment, and that's when my duck just started going wild, as if it was watching the game, and as if it had a $1 million bet on the match. Yeah, that definitely crept into the microphone.
Your duck's a baller, that's what it is. Unfortunately, I can't really say the same about LDLC right now. Maybe they need to take some lessons. LDLC so far have been performing fairly poorly on their CT side. Even their management of their economy has been a little bit lackluster at best of times. First AWP comes out from Afro. Is it going to be a double op setup? Or is Sixer just going to be dropping one over to him? GamerLegion with the timeout coming in are maybe looking to change things up, but so far their defaulting has been working out wonders. LDLC simply does not win these duels towards Banana. And after that, GamerLegion just have a grand old time of monopolizing any part of the map that they want to go to.
Sixer, though, finally back on the AWP. That might be the difference maker there. Afro as well. There's the double op setup. Smoke is perfect for him because this means that he can at the very least catch a small glimpse what is about to come his way. All 5 players of GamerLegion towards Banana. LDLC did not establish control, and they may have to pay for it with their lives. The first peek comes out. Afro will not be missing the shot. Avoids the flash. Goes for the re-peek, and will tag 0 as well. Allowed to reposition, and the Molotov will be perfect to allow him the maneuverability to get onto the bomb site. Body and Afro, though, will be fighting for their lives as they get stormed by these terrorists. Body missing a few shots in here and there will allow Adam the mobility to get that kill. Era eventually ends up landing that nade. Lambert chimes in, but it isn't quite enough. Haji and Sixer are back on the retake. And again, GamerLegion seem to be able to find their way back in.
Sixer. I don't know, man. Sixer and Haji. I like that they're saving. It's a nice change. What I'd like to see change is how one-sided the game has been since LDLC has only got the pistol round and the subsequent rounds off of it. GamerLegion has just been the better team, quite frankly. They look very clearly to be outmatching LDLC so far, and I'm very pleasantly surprised because it tells me percentages and statistics are not everything, and GamerLegion have very obviously put a lot of work into this so far. And 7-3 right now, the scoreline reflects it, and a lot of the scoreline is coming from the back of Mezzi's 15 kills and 5 deaths. Yes, I know he had an ace in one round. That inflates your statistics. But first of all, it's an ace with a 1v1 clutch at the end, so that matters all the more. And there's still 10 kills other than that. Even if you take away the ace, he has double almost anyone's skills on the LDLC side.
And when you're going up against a team like LDLC, if you're looking for the upset, then regardless of how way you cut the cake, you will have to have some star power shine through. 7-3 though, GamerLegion looking quite strong on their T side. LDLC on the other hand haven't been granted anything. Taking control of Banana this time around because they weren't looking too comfortable the last time they didn't do that. GamerLegion though, they have a different story to tell. They're making their way towards mid. Smoke rolls out. Well, with the smoke obscuring arches, they should be able to move up short.
LDLC is playing much more defensively this time. I like that. Normally, I want to see aggression on the CT side. Please don't do that anymore, LDLC. Just play normal. Let them come to you. That's really all I want to see. Sixer on the AWP is covering out long. That could be a mistake, considering all of the terrorists are accumulating inside apartments, and something tells me real estate is not what they're looking for. However, smoke comes out. It'll be blocking out Sixer's pathways. And with the Molotov there, Sixer flashes forward. They want to get aggressive. They're not getting the kill, though. Adam can free fire and take him down. Lambert's good for one, not the second, as Sixer is left to try and defend this bomb site all on his lonesome. There are players coming over, but the Molotov will flush him out. Sixer will be forced back to Golzera, but Bodies use the distraction to allow Afro to come through and finish things off. A very close round, but LDLC, they try a bit more defensive, and despite a failed flashbang aggression attempt, they're still good for the kills.
Yeah, the passivity seemed to work out in their favor this time around, but LDLC opting for that timeout. Good time to be calling it. Have an AWP. Have a little bit of weaponry to work off of. Now they need to get their strats in order. Too much aggression doesn't seem to work out for them, which is why I liked a bit of contrast towards Banana and towards A, where they had all the control they could possibly want of Banana. They had the Molotov. They had the MP9 push up close. Meanwhile, on the A side, though, they played it quite passively because they don't need to aggress when they already have Banana information. GamerLegion, on the other hand, they can't seem to find many rounds where Mezzy isn't the one that is leading the charge.
Well, small timeout coming in, technical issues coming through at the worst possible time for LDLC. They were hoping to capitalize off of the hype train that they're internally building up. At least, hopefully, they're internally building up. But let's not forget, GamerLegion has had 7 rounds in a row, and 1 round to interrupt the train of GamerLegion is not all you need. LDLC at this point, they would be lucky to fight for 6 and fortunate if they get to 7. And that's exactly what they're aiming for at this point. Again, would really like to see a measured pace to be played towards Banana, but with 3 players going over, it feels like they're getting ready for some sort of aggression. No Molotovs is a good thing, though. Rusty would have cancelled it anyhow. He's moved forward with the Molotov towards sandbags. Is going to be fine for now. But they've realized that that means that this is just going to be GamerLegion returning backwards. And this is actually such a good read coming out from LDLC based off of the previous 2 rounds. Unfortunately, it looks like it might be working out against them because LDLC, they are not ready to retake Banana with just 2 players when there are this many players still around. Body is going to be dead very soon. Rusty gets 1. Afro will take down 2 and 3 somehow, as Mezzy was completely flashed up and couldn't get the refrag. Afro has his little individual moment of stepping up, and that will be huge.
Yeah, that's the difference maker right there, because that allows Lambert to come back to help him. Had they gotten control of the bomb side there, that would have been it for them. Haji, meanwhile, on the flank, will be on their case and will be putting the 5th round on the board for LDLC. With the money being the way it is, a case can be made for 8 rounds for LDLC, potentially bringing it to an 8-7.5, but they're not looking as good on the CT side as they were on train. Inferno, not exactly looking like it has their best cards in its favor.
Oh, Body does take away Mezzy's life at the very least, so again, that big boy is going to be taken away. Unfortunately, Body's a bit of a big boy himself, and his death will be weighing in heavily on his teammates' shoulders. Now, 0, good damage dealt, but it only gives away his position for Haji to aggress and take him down. Haji waiting for the push, but he is getting impatient. Tetchy. And Haji, because of that, is taken down by Adam. The 3 versus 3 ensues. No advantage given over to either side anytime soon.
Sixer stationed towards mid. He's most likely to be the first point of contact. But GamerLegion, they only have 2 flashbangs on their team. They can't afford to waste any of them. 1 has been thrown, the 2nd comes through, and Sixer will fall. Lambert, meanwhile, though, he's picked up Rusty. Again and again, we see the equalizer, but Adam still has a flashbang to go. LDLC still not calling in the rotation from B, but Lambert eventually gets caught. Adam will be the one to put a bullet in his head. GamerLegion almost on the verge of getting their 8th round on the board, but this clutch is not entirely out of the question. He's had his individual moments. Can he have more of them? The Molotov tick right there might have potentially given up the information, but the Molotov from himself will be lined up to clear out the first boxes. Arrow, though, he's scoped in on his angle. He's about to unpeek, and there is the double peek that comes through, and Adam will get the round. 8-5. GamerLegion not letting LDLC look too hot here.
Yeah, Adam gets that round, which is all fine and well. Can I just point out that Molotov was a bit crispy on the roof? And that's actually a very big deal because I personally thought that he's just lining up the Molotov for the corner for Colzera, which would have killed Adam because Adam had no way of getting out of there without HP. So a potential 1 versus 1 is lost because of a sloppy Molotov, and with that, it's just not going to be great. Now, double nades fly in. Afro is damaged, but he is not moving, so they shouldn't really know where he's coming in from. A Molotov comes in. Rusty is very heavily tagged. And now, that nade, if only Afro had pressed the right button. He accidentally presses his flashbang button instead of his grenade button. And because of that, can't quite get the kill.
Fair bit of damage being done to GamerLegion already, but with their bomb being the way it is, still a little indecisive. They're not sure of where they'll take it to the end. But LDLC, they have such a passive style of play. And they're turtling up quite a bit. They're hiding in their shells, waiting to be picked off by GamerLegion. Can they fight back even when they're hiding? Is this the way to defend yourself? We're about to find out as GamerLegion have their eyes set like a hawk on B. Look at Afro. He's almost looking at the player there. He knows that the T's are pushing in now. Bodies, MP9 works out beautifully. He picks up 2. Lambert comes in through the CT spawn as well. He's gotten a second kill for himself. And those are 2 very quick 2Ks from both players to net LDLC the 6th round. And Afro's there with a cherry on top.
Beep. That's me putting a cherry on top, if no one figured it out. However, the cherry on top is really the opportunity to actually fight for 7 over here. GamerLegion, their money isn't the best in the world. You can see over here, Mezzi on just a Tech 9, and Mezzi has been so influential going into this map that I think without him on the AK, banana control becomes a whole different beast, and sure, they might still get it.
Though, so that makes it a little better.
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I was wondering about that. However, flashbang comes in. Adam, not too many bullets left in his gun. Body will be able to take him down. And Mezzi, Khalil or not, he's using the Tech 9. He knows what the Sakira weapon is. Body uses the one-way smoke to peek out, but Mezzi's punished him with that very same Tech 9. Rusty, Molotov goes in. Mezzi's picked up an AK-47 as well. He's not having any time for Khalils.
GamerLegion, they have a big task on their hands as they approach Sixer. But Sixer will be knocking it out of the park with that one. Hits the shot, dead on. That's the advantage, being further cemented. Mezzi and Zero trying to maneuver their way into the bomb site. The smoke is there to allow him to drop down safely, but Sixer might have just caught wind of this. Lambert knows that there's a player scurrying around the smoke, and that leaves Zero in a 1 versus 4. 40 seconds, and he needs to get the bomb. He needs to find 4 players, and this is next to impossible.
And now it is impossible. 7th round for LDLC also seemed impossible, although they were down 3-7 with GamerLegion finding 7 rounds in a row. And LDLC, they come back and they at least do bring the half as close as can be given that circumstance. At the end of the day, LDLC still have a long way to go, but this is a good start back into it. And as much as I was pointing out Mezzi being a very significant impact, that was the first kill Mezzi's gotten in quite a few rounds. So he was 15-5 before, I believe. Now he's 16-10. Now, I might have my numbers slightly mixed up, but I think that's what's been going on. I'm 90% sure he was 15-5, and from there you've gone to 16-10. Not
Yeah, it's about the.
It's about there.
I think the idea is there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter too much what the specifics are. GamerLegion, though, pistol round, very important for them if they want to take it to map number 3. LDLC, meanwhile, oh, they have so much player on the CT player information on the CT players because look at that. All of them have shown up to mid, and LDLC now know there's only 1 player left on B. Mezzi trying to spam away, but that's another death added to the tally. After his reign of kills, we will see the reign of the deaths. 5 on 4. And the T's are in the perfect position to stop this potential retake. Afro gets the first one. He's coming around the corner, but he doesn't need to because Body is there to pick up the pieces. Zero and Adam, 2 versus 5. This is such an impossible task. And the pistol round should be going the way of LDLC.
Zero and Adam, they are wondering what went wrong. They're wondering why there are no bodies of the terrorist side coming into the B-bomb site, but they will not be allowed to wonder any longer. Sixer tangs Adam up a little bit as well, and Adam, although he's looking for the kill, it's Afro to really shut him down. 8-8 LDLC. Afro stays alive on 1 HP, which is an insult to injury, but that injury is going to be very deep when you consider GamerLegion without a single kill have no money whatsoever to speak of. And LDLC, on the other hand, not only do they get all the kills, they also get the bomb planted down. Now, interestingly enough, the best thing for you to do as a T side in a situation where you're 5 versus 1 with a bomb down is to not kill the CT player, because you guys actually collectively get more money than you do by killing the CT player because of the additional loss bonus that you get from a bomb blowing up, which is just an interesting little tidbit right there. So, to anyone who's wondering at home, the optimal way of playing that is to not kill the last player.
GamerLegion now on the Deagles, Kevlar, and no money. They've emptied their wallets. They've scraped the bottom of their barrels. And fortunately, all that is found are Deagles. That's what happens when you're on the CT side and you lose the pistol. LDLC, they have a very good chance at bringing it back on the T side. They had a pretty shaky performance on the CT, but that's not going to matter too much. But that nade is going to be quite juicy. Era. Ooh, with that Deagle, they might be walking into his crosshairs. Scratch that as they decide to go towards B instead. 3 players having rotated from the GamerLegion side. That means that most of the attention will be towards A. Rusty, though, only finds 1 before he goes down. Afro will immediately be there for the refrag, and now Mezzi is coming in from the coffins.
Mezzi could find something, but he's not expecting the bomb to not be planted on default. And that's such a good move from them. Mezzi's also going to be tagged down to 2. Lambert finds Adam in the background, and Afro, well, he should be able to finish things off as the distractions come in from Lambert. Era probably not expecting the second player, and you'll see Mezzi very lonely on 2 points of HP. Not much he can do over here, and that's all she wrote. LDLC. Oh.
Oh, it's a little sad that's not a headshot.
Yeah, that shot looked a lot more impressive than it was.
Yeah. You really have to commend Body, though. Overall, he's been really stepping up for his team along with Afro, because some of the pivotal rounds that have come for these players have been off of the back of Body and Afro really stepping it up for their team. That 3K from Afro earlier towards Banana. Body overall pretty much just topping the charts in terms of frags. Very difficult to take credit away from them in this case, and LDLC have found themselves with the advantage in terms of scoreline. But with GamerLegion on barely any money, they should be cementing it further by getting their 10th round on the board. But if history serves as an example, you know how deadly these pistols can be. Spray transfer with the Galil will be there to ensure that no further damage is done to Sixer, who cannot afford to take any more.
History also shows us how deadly these rifles can be, and I believe history shows that to us a lot more than the pistols. And the question is, does frequency account, or is this really just a coin flip? Haji coming in from the side, Zero right next to him. It is a P250, and Haji's checking the angle.
Oh,
that's just unfortunate. Got timing. That's the ultimate. I've just been CS code. What do I do now? Mezzi, as much of a grand old time as he had been having in the first vestiges of the first half, it doesn't look like he has much else to offer to the table anymore. LDLC will be up 10-8 inevitably. My question is, do GamerLegion have enough money for an ops for Era? They do, but only if they sacrifice utility.
Yeah, and he won't be able to get head Kevlar either, which doesn't really matter too much when you're up against these AKs, but you have to keep in mind as well that they're holding on to a Galil and a MAC-10.
Yes, so that can actually be very dangerous.
A quick rush towards wherever Era is playing, whether it be towards mid, whether it be banana. The MAC-10, you can count on that being the first weapon to come through. If that is the case, ooh, Afro burning up quite a bit, and he will try to catch the player that's burning up, but he doesn't. It will instead be his teammate that gets the kill. 0 though, solid positioning from him. The flank is there, but so is Sixer. Era missing the shot, and this is where GamerLegion are starting to feel their nerves. Era wasn't quite missing any shots earlier, but now that the pressure is on them, we see that come through. Era still not dead yet, still looking to find something through the smoke. The information is there because of the muzzle flare, but nothing found yet. GamerLegion have 2 players alive on the A-bomb site, but LDLC choose to forfeit it.
Messi in a 1-on-4 when it comes to this B bomb site. Molotov flies in right behind him. Messi wants to aggress forward. Messi is being tagged up so heavily. He's good for the single kill. Haji wants to push through the smoke. You know it. But it's Adam who will be able to scout out the bomb. Scouting is not enough, though. Era up needs to be saved. And there isn't. We're seeing GamerLegion continually being overwhelmed, and although this round started off with a lot of really good utility damage coming in onto Afro as he was rushing up with the MAC-10, Afro is still able to be good for a 1-for-1 trade because that same utility damage is also there from LDLC, because the Molotov that they've consistently been throwing towards Sandbag comes in again, and this time GamerLegion for some reason still has a player position in there who doesn't feel safe enough to peek out until later on, and by the time he does peek out and try and run away, he's already lost so much HP that, sure, Afro dies, but it's a 1-for-1 trade, and GamerLegion, that's just not good enough, because now you have to forcibly rotate players over, figure out what they're doing, all those shenanigans, and that one player on the B-bomb site that remained was not enough. Even Era over here can't save with the AWP. The worst possible scenario for GamerLegion.
Oh yeah, the money will always be a concern when it comes to GamerLegion. And seeing as Era has dropped the AWP, he has fallen. Unfortunately, that spells disaster for them. LDLC already taking the first map. GamerLegion fighting for their lives on the second. Afro immediately denied the information, though, towards mid. Smoked off. Doesn't get the chance to early aggress for the kill. Era, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, has taken a little bit of damage. Messi waiting with the deagle around the corner, and there it is, the first kill, but he doesn't get the second. Rusty smokes himself out to live to see a few more seconds of this action, but he eventually gets tagged through the smoke. 4-on-3 as LDLC make their way into the bomb site.
11 is looking to turn to 12. And Afro is showing us why. Maybe the deagle could have come through. Maybe Era could have gotten a few random headshots. We'll never know, because now he is dead.
Because he had his knife out and he was looking at the ground, but...
That is also true. He was just trying to hide away inside the smoke. Pretend like he's not there. If he can't see them, they can't see him. You know how it goes. Body will be shot down, but this damage is inconsequential. There aren't any kits on the side of GamerLegion. There's not that much they can do, and with the CT being smoked off as well, this is really mounting up to be an exercise in futility. Afro, however, backing off, needs to reload, and he has found the cover to do so. These deagles and Kevlars, I wouldn't even mind if they saved them. Kevlar's pretty expensive nowadays in the current economy. And it will be a kill coming in on the T side, but Adam himself will also trade away his Kevlar and Afro. Again, guys,
Всем привет, друзья, подписчики мои. Пока вот подготовка к раунду, раунд еще не начался. Хотел попросить подписаться на мой канал. Давайте добьем 135 субскруберов, пожалуйста. Поставьте, пожалуйста, лайк. Даже для вас стрим. Ну кто будет стримить? Стримлю я и еще мой друг Рюмочка. Ну для вас, для тех, кто ставит ставки. Все, раунд начался, удачи вам. вставках и во всем остальном. Спасибо, что выслушали.
4 rounds away from the equalizer, and LDLC are also 4 rounds away from the victory. And if money is served as a benchmark, what was that from Body jumping across mid? What was that? I was talking about something random, and there he goes. He opens my mouth. My jaw is now on the floor. Body has already made his way towards arches, though. Comes around. Unfortunately, that accuracy does not come through on the second kill. LDLC, that is the opening that they needed, though. GamerLegion probably feeling a little too sad about that. Meanwhile, they still have a 2-in-2 setup coming through with GamerLegion actually really towards arches, but that miss from Rusty could mean all the difference. Mezzi, he stepped up greatly in the first half. Can he bring some of that star power back and step up again for the second half closer? Bomb being dropped in the smoke. That means eventually gets recovered. Luckily, the smoke was still up. Otherwise, it would be a world of hurt coming their way. Haji, though, trying to aggress through the smoke, and he successfully does. That's 2 kills for the T side, and Mezzi is still in the smoke. They know that it was Mezzi that got the kill. They know he's not gone away from Coffin. Now he tries to aggress just a little bit further, and Afro will still fake him out despite the fact that they have 2 players cover him. 13-8. LDLC have been so good on these individual plays.
I think that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 rounds in a row. Maybe even 8, actually. 8 rounds in a row now for LDLC. GamerLegion, they have not been finding very much success as of late. And let's not forget, their own 8 rounds were off this back of a streak of form from Mezzi, which netted them 7 rounds in a row. LDLC now, they're looking to close things out pretty quickly. 14-8 seems inevitable unless a Deagle kill comes in and is able to completely wreck them.
Doesn't seem very likely with Afro playing the way he is. Mezzi does not get a chance to see the later seconds or the minute of the round. He will instead perish. He will be the first soldier to fall on the CT side. More to come, as LDLC are definitely a lot better off with terms of weaponry. They have so much money that it is pretty much a non-issue for them moving into the rest of this game. Meanwhile, GamerLegion would have to have a bit of a comeback going for them. And 14-8 seems inevitable at this point. Adam, though, tries to sway that in the opposite direction. The smoke. He's not too much of a fan of that. He will just spray right through it with the Deagle.
This is getting a little bit trickier than what we expected. 25 seconds, and with the flashbang going out, Afro's expecting the beat to come through, but he himself is brought down already. There's not much time, and Era is making the most of it. RG and Sixer left to fight off a lot more than what they wanted, and Rusty has found himself that magical round that I was talking about. GamerLegion will be able to come through with a quick little force by victory.
I don't know what to say about that, because Arrow was just running around. I mean, sure, he hasn't really chimed in the rest of the game, but that Deagle, it's been hiding away in his back pocket, and it's about time he pulls it out, puts 2 in the chamber, pops him in the head, and the smoking gun was a dead body.
But the flashes are great. CT side completely blinded up. Body's good for 1, and that nade that comes through. Second one as well. Both are so chunky. It is ridiculous. But Lambert and Body, man oh man, they are going to be able to come through with very little space maneuver around. Era on the AWP. He doesn't realize it, but the players already moved past. They don't know. Era scoped in. Era will find 1. That could have been a lineup, but 2. But it's already him being forced off backwards. Lambert and company moving in. It's Haji from Apartments who is providing the consistent pressure. And a smoke going in. A nade to come back again. So much nade damage throughout this round has come through. And you can see why the entirety of the T side is so low.
Force buy from GamerLegion changed everything. This could have been it for GamerLegion. LDLC could have just simply closed it out, but now that just leaves Haji in the pit trying to fight for his life. Era not peeking out just yet, and that miss from Haji will mean that Era can immediately retaliate with a kill of his own. 13-10. GamerLegion, they've been knocked down, but they refuse to say no. They refuse to die out, and they will still have a spark in them. The flames still burning, even though candle looks a little bit dim.
LDLC, they are desperately trying to just blow on those flames, make sure they go away, but unfortunately they're just fanning them to burn brighter and brighter. Now with their force buy, well, half buy, coming into play, GamerLegion have an opportunity to close the gap much more than LDLC will ever be comfortable with. Question is, are we going to see the same thing where earlier on GamerLegion, one of their players cooled down and everything just fell apart? Now, if it is the same, could be troubling. Body. Waiting for these players. Smoke will have a small gap in it, but not one that Haji can look to exploit. Haji backs off. And now LDLC are playing this much more carefully, but no matter how much care they have, they're not going to realize the stack on the A side.
Oh yeah, there's 4 players their way, but luckily for them, GamerLegion will at least rotate one. Adam has to back off into arches. Now LDLC, they're moving straight in. They're trying to find any duel they possibly can. Adam immediately goes down, and there's no damage being done to the T side. They've already picked up 2 kills, and GamerLegion have picked up a force buy, but can LDLC do the same? Zero tries to sing out, but the Tech 9 is ever too powerful. Sometimes a run and gun is just way too much to deal with. LDLC are replicating the successes of what we saw from GamerLegion.
Afro goes down, so at least these 2 M4s can be kept alive, but how long will that be the case? Haji with the AK-47, who's already in the back line, is crept backwards. He finds the first kill, is looking to peek up the other. He knows where Rusty is, and every single CT player will be eliminated. GamerLegion were given breathing room, but that's just room for them to be slammed back into the corner where they came from.
(14-10) now. LDLC, they've picked up a round, and now they're calling a tactical timeout. Good call from them, because at this point, even though they've pieced together a round, they have to realize that GamerLegion, they're on double digits. They're not too far from bringing things back. But lucky for them, if they can get this round, it's pretty much GG. GamerLegion's money is entirely exhausted. 15 seconds until we get into probably the most important round of this game. If GamerLegion cannot pick this up, I fear for their fortune in this game.
Well, that fortune is turning. And GamerLegion right now, they are hunting around for any sort of 4-leaf clovers they can find. Era is the one doing the hunting, and he has indeed found the first. Question is, how will that translate through LDLC? That's a lot of fire. That's fireworks going out towards the banana side. Map just shows it looking like the 4th of July. Rusty. Here's an egg come through, but Body's picked up one. Does he expect a second? No, he doesn't. Rusty's position has been given away. A Molotov should be coming through soon. However, with the AK picked up, they know they can't really come into him. A flashbang is there. Rusty can back off. 4 versus 3 with advantage maintained. And a re-smoke seemingly in the cards. The T side, 3v4. They need to make this a very convincing round. They will have a buy in the next one regardless because of the half-buy victory earlier, but they don't want to give GamerLegion too much of a leash.
LDLC now on 3 players. Whatever bomb side they choose to go to, they will be greeted by 3 players. Question is, can they avoid the AWP of Arrow? I think that will be the decision maker there. Oh, 1 player has crossed. Arrow lets that angle go. He smokes it off. he wants to give himself a fighting chance with the help of Zero. Zero, though, burning up on the bicycle, despite the fact that he's had a smoke, the molly will not be extinguished by it, and with the smoke coming through, it makes it all the more harder for Zero to chime in. Afro isolates the duel towards the bomb side. Zero finding the corner there, but only 9 seconds on the clock. They need to get this done fast. They need to get to the bomb, and I don't think they will. Adam is there to spray Afro, while Rusty gets a headshot of his own. 14-11. GamerLegion capitalizing off of the fact that LDLC just did not have enough time to go for it, and they immediately go for these duels because they know the bomb is out in the open.
And Arrow's been quiet so far this game, but that one kill he's able to find towards second mid, that's what really changes things for them. GamerLegion still in this, but LDLC, you can say the same about them, and things are starting to get spicy. The question is, what are we cooking? Is it GamerLegion stew or LDLC surprise? So far, it's been a bit of both.
Very slow coming around
my recipes. But indeed, very slow round. It's okay.
Ooh, LDLC, they're pretty much going for an execute here. They want to take control of A as much as they can. The smokes will roll out. Body pushing through towards Arches, but Mezzy is there to catch him on the back. Afro does not win out on that duel, and it seems like the CTs are winning every engagement that the terrorists can find. Mezzy still yet to go down. Sixer finds Adam, and it comes down to a 2 versus 3. Suddenly, a doable situation for the terrorists, where for a second there it looked bleak. Molotov will be clearing out one position. The bomb is being planted in the corner. Boost comes through for Rusty to be allowed vision of Mini Pit. That is one deadly angle being cleared out. And as the smoke fades, they should be moving in very soon. Critical retake for both sides. Money not looking too good. Sixer gets the first kill. Tries to follow it up with the second. The spray will eventually connect, and it just comes down to this one player. Era does not have the right weapon for this. He has the AWP, and he just jumps into the bomb site and will be taking a few bullets to the back, but that's not the kind of acupuncture he needed.
I don't think that's how acupuncture works, but Sixer and Haji cleaning up a 2 versus 5 seemingly, with both of them being the only players who are contributing into that round, other than, of course, you know, general other contributions, utility and whatnot from their teammates. However, 15-11, and GamerLegion, they are, you know, they're a poorly equipped legion. They're an army that is it's a revolutionary army that doesn't have too much money to support its cause, unfortunately. Molly comes in, Mezzy is forced off the angle. You can see already.
Ooh. 3-2 setup from GamerLegion. Unless they can call in the early rotate, this wouldn't work out too well. There is a bit of utility on the GamerLegion side, but they can't stop this push. Rusty, he's doing some work with the Deagle that he's done before. He knows his hands around this. And it comes down to a 4 versus 4. Rusty losing a bit of HP. Will he get the same opportunity to chime in with the Deagle, though? Bomb goes down and the retake ensues.
CT's struggling to collect themselves as one of their members is very, very far away for now. Sixer scoped him with the AWP, and here come the CT's side train. Flashes to come through everywhere. Afro to be mowing them down along with Sixer. Kills all over the board, and 16th round on the board for LDLC. GamerLegion, for a second there, it looked like they would have been able to make things a little bit rough, but just like Train, at the end of the day, LDLC comes out on top. And LDLC, they're going to be coming out on top of this table as well. Not exactly, but at least they will have qualified through to the playoffs. If you are a fan of GamerLegion, though, don't forget, they still have one series left where they have a chance to qualify, and we'll show you the Swiss stage standings for that very thing. Wild 80, what a game we just had.